Hi, it's Miss Abby, and today we're going to be reading a book about plants. The title of this book is Plants, A Guide to the Growth and Parts of a Plant, written by Abby Hutchison. The standard that this book follows is Standard S1L1. Obtain, evaluate, and communicate information about the basic needs of plants and animals. A. Develop models to identify the parts of a plant, root, stem, leaf, and flower. B. Ask questions to compare and contrast the basic needs of plants, air, water, light, and nutrients, and animals, air, water, food, and shelter. C. Design a solution to ensure that a plant or animal has all of its needs met. Next, we have our table of contents. This tells us what information is at different pages in the books. Introduction to Plants is on page 1. We found out about the parts of a plant on page 2. Photosynthesis on page 3. Seeds on page 4. Pollination on page 5. And you find out about growing your own plants on page 6. You have all seen them. They come in many different forms. You see them in pretty colorful flowers coming out of the ground, the crops we eat, and even the huge trees we see around us every day. That's right, we're talking about plants. In simple terms, plants are living things that grow out of the ground. Right here we have a picture of a plant. There are many different parts of a plant, and they all have their own important purpose. Flowers. Most of the time, flowers are colorful, and their job is to attract insects. This helps with pollination, which is important because it creates more seeds, and more seeds equals more flowers. So we have our flowers up there at the top. This one's pink, but they come in a variety of different colors. Next we have this stem, which is this part right here. This part grows above the ground and carries water from the roots to the leaves and the flowers. Next we have leaves. We have 3 right here. Leaves are usually green. These are used to make the plant's food. These leaves use air, water, and sunlight to create energy through a process called photosynthesis. Next we have our roots, which is this down here. These are found underground. They help the plant stay in place and soak up water and nutrients from the soil. Plants make their own food. This is through a process called photosynthesis. It works like this. Plants use their leaves to catch sunlight. They take water from the soil through their roots, and they use a gas called carbon dioxide, which they get from the air. When the sunlight hits the leaves, it helps to mix the carbon dioxide and water together. This creates food for the plant, and then they give off oxygen. Oxygen is the air we breathe, so photosynthesis is very important. You have all seen acorns on the ground underneath a tree. Did you know that an acorn can create a tree? That's right. This is because acorns are considered a seed. A seed is the tiny parts of a plant that can grow into a totally new plant. All that is needed is water, sunlight, soil, and nutrients. You know how you sometimes like to complain about insects? We've all been there, asking ourselves if the annoying bugs have a purpose. Actually, they do. Insects such as bees, butterflies, and beetles team up with plants to help them grow in a process called pollination. Pollination is the process where pollen from one plant is transferred to another. In this picture, we see a bee, which is taking the pollen from this plant, and they're probably going to go give it to another plant. Get some seeds and try to grow your own plant at home. If you have the right materials, then you are set to create your own garden right in your very own yard. Remember, plants need 5 things to grow. These are sunlight, water, nutrients, air, and enough space to get bigger. Plants are so important for us as they give us food, the air we breathe, and beautiful flowers to make the earth a brighter place. Now we have our back cover. This tells us what the book was all about. In this book, you will dive into the world of plants. When you are finished, you will know how plants grow and even the different parts that make up a plant. Dive in to find out all about the beautiful plants we see growing all around us every single day. Thank you so much for reading with me today. Bye.